Thank you very much for being invited in the panel. I would like to apologize to Mr. Janos, my moderator in the panel, for being ahead, but I have to catch a flight. So I promise not to keep my time frame as was the plan in the panel. I'm just going to address 4 questions. First of all, being an exchange, what we want to ensure is that why we're in a position to assist companies, all types of companies, including shipping, to get finance. What is the added value that we can add to those companies? If there is any evidence of success, and what are the tools that we provide to those companies? First of all, our group structure, which is a privately listed company that operates for 135 years since 1876, is something that we should bear in mind. We are currently listed in the exchange and we are owned by Greeks and foreign investors. 240 million is the market capitalization, and we operate the trading platform, the clearing platform, and the settlement platform. The second issue is that we are reliable, not only us, but our participants, our custodians and our trading members, as market operators. Despite the turmoil in the market, and despite the fact that the Greek bonds have been downgraded to CCC, we have maintained as an equity market the characterization of developed market, and that is very important for keeping foreign money and foreign investors playing the market. The second issue is the settlement efficiency. That means when trades are concluded, we have 100% settlement efficiency. So when the change of money and shares take place, we don't miss one. And that has been done also in Europe. We have the first position, and we have the third position in the world on that table. Our risk management system is one of high sophistication, and we can segregate the risk for clients if they wish so. We have 3 data centers, so in terms of operational efficiency under stress situations, cannot have a problem. So we have business continuity, and we have disaster recovery sites, and low cost of the risk for equities. Why we think that we still have in a position to finance companies? Most of our foreign shareholders, which are about 50% of the total holding, have remained in the market. As you can see in the table, between 2008, from 47.9, they are currently just above 50%. And even during a bad year, like this year, with 2 elections and lots of uncertainty, we have managed to raise 1.1 billion for 7 companies that are listed in our market. And since 2005, we have raised 36.2 billion in total. The majority of that money comes from foreign investors. All our listed companies have clear and good corporate governance, and in cooperation with Hellenic Federation of Enterprises, we have what we call the Hellenic Corporate Governance Code, which most of the companies abide, and we help them to improve that code. We are fully compatible with any other exchange. So if a company wants to list in Europe, we don't have any minus or any pluses. We are fully harmonized with the EU regulatory environment. All the European directives, MiFID, prospectus, transparency, SRD, Shareholders' Rights Directive, are implemented in Greece and in Europe. And we have two markets, the main market and the alternative market. The alternative market is a smaller market targeted for smaller companies with lower entrance requirements and much lower costs for the companies. The market remains liquid. As you can see, there is a measure which is called turnover velocity, which is the ratio of how much volume occurs in the market divided by the market capitalization. As you see, we are close to the European average, which was a big dispersion between us and Europe back in 2008 due to the algorithm traders, but we are very close to the average. And just to mention that the average daily volume in number of shares traded has increased 23.3% since 2008. And you can see this clearly in the next slide, where basically you can see that in Q4, the number of traded shares is much higher than any other quarter since 2007. And that means at least something which is also shown in the next slide, where you can see that the market capitalization following the elections has come back to a recovery to 57% from the year low. What we do for our companies, you can see that the companies that raise our money from the exchange, as you can see in that table, 42% of those companies earn revenues abroad, either by exporting or by production abroad. And you can see in the next table that the number of companies with more than 70% of earnings abroad or exports abroad has increased from 12 in 2008 to 28 in 2011. So that means we can help the companies by raising money in our market to fund their growth internationally. And that international growth of the companies, you can see in terms of revenue, from 13 billion to 19, nearly close to 20 billion in 2011. We have success stories. I just give a very simple one. We have Foli Group, which is a company that back in 97 raised 150 million. Today its total revenues are more than 1 billion and has focus in China, in UK, North America, Bulgaria, Romania, Greece, and a large chunk of it, the 600 million, which is the Hellenic duty-free shops, were acquired by a Swiss group called U5, which is a very well-known group. That means that we have success stories for lots of listed companies. I just pick one that might be one of the most representing the international growth. So what are the tools that we give as an exchange? We give two different markets, the main market and the alternative market. All the usual types of financing, common equity, convertibles, warrants, depository receipts. And most of all, we are in discussion with other exchanges for offering dual listing services. That means that companies that are already listed or want to be listed in more than one market can be supported by our market. We offer the possibility of linking our CSD with a foreign CSD for efficient arbitrage of the price and for efficient financial mechanism for getting the initial the capital, the initial capital or the follow-up capital. And also we support for the Greek investors, we support orders routing to 16 markets. That includes US. So what we do is we offer lots of services for corporate actions, for beneficiary order book registry services, and all the usual road shows and IR services to the companies.
We're running out of time in general, and in fact to facilitate yourself because you've got to catch a flight, as I understand it. Just a quick question, which might be relevant to the shipping industry. Is there any progress concerning dual listing of Greek shipping or ship-owning companies listed elsewhere, like Nasdaq and so on?
Yes. We are in talks with some companies at this point in time for dual listing. We have discussions also with other exchanges apart from the US. We have other exchanges from the East that we are talking to, and we are in I would say, quite a good state of concluding a kind of dual listing with harmonization in the rules, and we are in discussion with a couple of ship owners that could make use of that facility. But also we also have SPACs which would help IPOs for companies that are not listed in other markets.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I don't know if there's any question from the audience, because we have, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have a big gathering here, so we have to economize on time. But I think the message has been clear from the stock exchange. Thank you very much.